Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. YouTuber FLOYD arrested in Brazil. It is over for the passport bros. Over. You see, I warned everybody on YouTube. I told you guys that the passport bros were going overseas to mess with minors. And now we see that I was right the whole time. YouTuber FLOYD arrested in Brazil, facing up to 30 plus years in prison for exploitation of minors. Grape, you name it. This demon, this devil, did the unthinkable. And we got to talk about it. That's right. You see, ladies and gentlemen, here on Ringo TV Reactions, we keep everything 1,000. And put a 1 if you guys can hear me. Let me know everything is good. Because we got to talk about these issues. Need to make sure everything is right. Shout out to everybody coming in the building. We got work to do. I warn you guys that the passport bros were out there doing dirt. And now one of their own was arrested in Brazil. And now everybody is scrambling and hiding and trying to figuring out what to say to cover up the tracks of these demons. This particular animal right here was arrested and raided by Brazilian police. This man had multiple cell phones, various items in his room. This man had masks, little teddy bears to entice kids. But it gets worse because a lot of YouTubers are connected to this man and everybody's hiding. Austin, we got to talk to you. You ain't getting away from this one, fam. Because I called you out already. Chickens come home to roost. Yeah, that's right. You gave a public statement. I don't need to hear it. You're guilty by association. You got some answering to do for your mans. That's right. You got some answering to do for your mans. That's right. You see, a lot of time on social media, you got content creators throwing brothers under the bus, accusing them of being PDF files and all sorts of other stuff. But when we got a real situation of a real raid, a real man getting arrested for real, everybody want to plead the fifth. But no, we're going to go back to the tapes. We're going to go back to the tapes and we're going to find out exactly what was going on. Yeah, that's right. Austin, you got to take accountability for this too, fam. That's right. And we're going to bring out more of you guys too. More of you guys gonna get thrown in the chopping block. You know why? Because I already called all of you out. And everybody condemned me. They condemned Ringo TV. They said I was a hater of the passport bros. But now one of your mans in them is out there messing with kids. Nobody got nothing to say? Everybody trying to distance themselves now? Oh no, we bringing up the tapes. That's right, let's bring out the tapes. Let's go to the tapes, guys. Make sure y'all hit that like button one time. We in court right now. Let's bring out the tapes. Exhibit A. Let's get to the tapes.
If it gets lost, you know?
True.
So people say I'm a dusty, I'm a bum. You don't know nothing about me. You're jumping to conclusions without investigating first. Yes, I messed up. I should have got a motel. I messed up on that. But the reason for that was because I didn't know which ones to go to. I'll come more prepared now.
So far, describe what it's been like in Brazil for you so far. You've been here 2 weeks now.
Well, I have a better experience dealing with women as far as like getting their numbers and them actually going on dates with me and actually giving me a real shot to get to know me personally.
So let me get I'm intense with my content. I want you to directly compare these things I'm about to bring up to what it was like in the States for you.
Okay.
So I want you to compare the cooperativeness. And you're a man, when you hear cooperative, you don't think slavery.
No.
You think of how easy it is for you to cooperate. Cooperative,
Like to be partners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm on your side.
Vladimir Putin doesn't want Ukraine to cooperate. He wants them to be slaves. That's called control. He wants to control Ukraine. But
another thing I never understood when people say, "Oh, y'all just want slaves." Men say we want submissive and cooperative women, and they say, "Oh, y'all just want slaves." When in history was slaves submissive, or were they beat into submission?
But did a slave cooperate, or were they being controlled?
You're being forced.
Yeah.
No, I just want a partnership. You're on my side, I'm on your side. We're on the same team, man. Why you want to go against me? What's the point of that? And in the States, that's pretty much what I was dealing with, and I really just got so tired. Like, I tried to find the right one, I tried to find the right girl in the States, and it became increasingly harder because the nicer I was to a girl, the more meaner she was to me, which was kind of weird. Like, she would do a lot of things that would really make me question if there was something wrong with me. And and I just got tired of it, man.
So you can be nice to women out here. So you can be nice to women out here is what you're saying.
Pretty much, and actually being nice to women goes a long way because women actually admire you being nice here in Brazil. They want you to be kind and caring and outgoing and fun. So what I'm gonna say is, if you're a nice guy, you actually win first out here. In the States, you finish last. I don't even think you can finish last in the States.
You don't finish at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't get nothing. You get a side hug and you drop the flowers off at the doorstep and she in there smashing while you dropping flowers off.
You're right, you're getting a pat on the back.
You see what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Do you see what's happening in these streets? You see, Austin, you have to retire, bro. It's over. Because that's your man's, That's your man's. That's right. You can't deny it now. You got to take full accountability for this. Because he may end up turning you in. Now, all of you passport bros are on notice. Ringo TV is coming for you all. All of you. Don't delete your videos. I got them already. Don't delete your videos. I got all of them downloaded already. That's right. You see, once the news broke, I had to go to everybody's platform, start downloading everything, all the receipts. It's time for us to do our internal investigation because the Brazilian police are trying to find out who else is a part of this ring, this operation. And so far, we know that Austin Holloman is associated with FLOYD. Now, some of you may say, come on, Ringo, bro, that don't have nothing to do with him. It has everything to do with him. Just like all of you passport bros got to take accountability for this one. Because you're done. All of these women on YouTube, oh yeah, they coming for you too. That's right. They're going to all start talking. Because this is bad. This man violated up to seven young girls, guys. 7 young girls violated by this animal, this demon. This monster went to Brazil and took advantage of girls underage. That's right. Did all sorts of unthinkable things with them and recorded it too. Do you understand? This is what he did, guys. And so when it comes to YouTube, we got to hold everybody accountable. Everybody must be brought to justice. Everyone. So all the passport bros, don't try to hide now. Don't try to clean up your YouTube channel. Don't try to take down videos that feature you and Floyd together. Leave them up. Keep that same energy now. Don't go hiding now. Because, you know, I'm in the clouds and I'm watching and I'm seeing people panicking now. And I want to see who's going to hold the Passport Bro community accountable. What are we going to do? Because this video didn't age well. And based on this video, Floyd basically said that Austin Holloman is his mans in them. And these two were out and about. So I don't know if he's a part of this club that they got going on in Brazil, doing evil. Because as you can recall, a while back, Austin was caught up in some mess. That's right. See, we don't forget over here. Because you see this right here, it brought back up everything all over again. Because now you're dealing with underage girls now. See, you guys deceived the community by telling everybody that the Passport Bros is going to Brazil because y'all finding wives and y'all just want to look for culture and y'all just want to do. No, y'all were looking for underage girls, just like I told you. When you guys were out there, I came to YouTube and I said, look, these Passport Bros are going overseas looking for underage girls. And what's so crazy is the Brazilian police basically said that Floyd was trying to flee Brazil, but they set up a perimeter, was able to capture him. That's right. Oh, let's go to the tapes. Tales of the tape. Let's go to it, gang. Let's go to Tales of the tape. Let's go.
Police in Sao Paulo arrested an American man who was sexually exploiting children in Rio de Janeiro. His detention was at a downtown hotel. He described himself on social media profiles as a sex tourist. The text then includes a series of excerpts from a video. Get out!
As soon as they entered the room, the American, identified as Floyd Wallace Jr., 29, was arrested in the Liberdade neighborhood in downtown Sao Paulo to drink, eat, and game. He threw himself to the ground and was handcuffed. The operation was carried out by teams from the Homicide and Personal Protection Department in support of civil police officers from the state of Rio de Janeiro, According to information from the Child and Adolescent Police Station, the American is accused of raping and sexually exploiting several children. In conducting their inspection of the hotel room where he was lodged, the police found a significant quantity of electronic equipment, including files containing child pornography. They also seized a variety of items such as pen drives, memory cards, a notebook, a computer, multiple cell phones, some stuffed animals, a watch with an embedded camera, and various other telephone devices.
This sick bastard was doing these things, guys. The Passport Bros. This is what they were doing to underage girls in Brazil, guys. Everything that I told you guys was accurate 100%. And many of you unsubscribed from my platform. You said that I was a hater. You said that I was jealous. You said that I was all of these negative things. And now we're seeing that everything I said came to pass. Now we're seeing the fruits of their wicked labor. Let's get back to the Tales of the Tapes. Let's go.
Start of December, law enforcement commenced an intelligence operation following a report from a ride-sharing driver. The driver stated that a user who had used a false name requested a ride with two minors whiners. During the ride, the man spoke with the children who said they were going to meet an older man who didn't speak Portuguese.
Wow.
The girls couldn't explain how they knew him. That's when the civil police were contacted. On December 18th, the police identified the user who had requested another ride with four underage girls. During monitoring, agents identified that the American had traveled to São Paulo the previous Saturday and was planning to flee the country. This is where the teams established a perimeter to prevent his escape. A temporary arrest warrant was served for the crimes of rape of a vulnerable person and facilitating the sexual exploitation of children. His passport was also seized. The investigation also revealed that the criminal had self-identified as a sex tourist on social media profiles.
Wow, guys. This is really, really bad. Very, very bad. And the passport community is literally trying to distance themselves from Floyd, but this is their buddy. This is the passport guy's buddy. So I want you to be very mindful of that. There are other men in this criminal organization, and the Brazilian police is after you. And they're scouring social media, looking at profiles, and they're putting two and two together. And you got everybody trying to distance themselves now. It's too late because they've been investigating this situation for a long time. And now all this does for real men that really travel because they want to see culture, they want to eat foods and experience different things in other parts of the world. Now, because of this situation, it's making all of y'all look bad. So even if you try to distance yourself and say, well, I'm not like Floyd and I'm not doing this and I'm totally different, you're guilty by association, fam. No way around it.
According to the civil police, Floyd is a U.S. citizen and has a channel on a video platform where he posts videos of himself resisting police approaches and being arrested in various states of his native country, Paraguay. The foreigner has a criminal record in more than 3 U.S. states for crimes such as resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, and assaulting a police officer. The combined sentences could reach 34 years in prison.
34 years in prisons, guys. 34 years. And also that voice is AI generated from YouTube. Pretty much voice translation to get it in English for us that don't speak Portuguese. But the point here, guys, is these men are coming home to roost because what we're seeing here is a major issue that's been going on for probably several years, guys, of these men going overseas, not finding women. No, not women, girls, underage girls. Just like I told you. I told you guys this many years ago, man. I remember when I made my first Passport Bro Exposed video. And everybody got upset with me. It was like, yo, man, you hating on the brothers. You know what I mean? And I was like, nah, you dudes is going over there looking for them little girls, man. And y'all popping they cherry, and then you coming back to the United States. That's what you guys are doing. And they denied it. It was like, nah, we don't do that. We just out here. Show me the so-called passport bros that got wives. Where they at? They ain't no wives, bro. They out there just banging shorties, little kids, and then throwing them into the bushes. And you don't even know what they doing to these girls. Some of these men probably unaliving some of these young ladies, bro, just to get away from it. Let's get back to the tale of the tapes.
Investigations continue to identify and locate other possible individuals involved in the scheme, as well as to determine if there are new victims.
Wow.
Letitia Mean is in front of the federal police, which is investigating, right? And his arrest.
I want to listen to that key part that they made right there because they said basically they're looking for others, guys. Let's check this out.
Such as resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, and assaulting a police officer. The combined sentences could reach 34 years in prison.
34 years in prison he can get. He's done. He's finished. His YouTube career is over. He is done. 34 years in prison.
Investigations continue to identify and locate other possible individuals involved in this.
Other possible individuals. Austin, let me get back on camera. Austin, if you're on those hard drives, if you're on his computers, the cell phone, they coming for you too. I'm letting you know right now. So just get prepared. All you passport bros that was hanging out with him, if you're featured on his hard drives, if you're caught hanging out with him, if there's information that links to your YouTube platform, you are going down with him. This is not a game. They're taking this thing very serious. This is why I keep telling you, brothers, man, stop hanging around these passport bros thinking y'all cool because y'all going overseas messing with women. Because this dude had a bunch of hard drives, SD cards. If any of you passport bros on YouTube is on that man's hard drives, you are done. You are done. So you could erase whatever you want. If they see you in a video talking slick about, yeah, man, we're going to get these girls, and yeah, they're going to be like, oh, you're a part of the ring. Even if you feel you're not a part of it, they're going to make you a part of it because they're going to make an example. This is just the beginning, guys. Let's go.
Team, as well as to determine if there are new victims.
Letitia Mean is in front of the federal police, which is investigating, right? And his arrest, where his arrest was made. Now searching for other members here in Brazil because this gang is international, right?
They said they're searching for other members of this so-called gang. They said that they're an international gang. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to come to social media. And here's another thing, guys. Will FLOYD begin to throw people under the bus? When a man is facing 34 years, you think he want to go alone? Oh, no, nah. FLOYD is going to talk. And a lot of content creators are literally panicking right now because they're like, you know what? I think it's over for me. That's right. Because maybe some of you guys been in those hotel rooms. That's right. You probably been in those Airbnbs, right? Doing what you were doing with them underage girls. Oh, now you're being exposed to the light. That's right. See, I told you that this day was coming. I warned you. I told a lot of you guys to stop it. I warned you. I warned all the ladies. Y'all can remember. See, now a lot of you are flocking back to my channel now because you remember when I warned you. And now look what's happening. Austin, you made a video giving your public announcement for what's going on. That's right. We got all of the tapes downloaded because we're going to analyze these tapes and try to find out what's your connection to this, because that's supposed to be your man's in them. That's not my partner, Ringo. I don't know, dude. You don't know him? Hold up, wait. You gonna tell me that's not your man's in them? That's not your man's in them? Let me finish this tape here, and then we're gonna go to the tails of the tape. We're gonna bring up the tape. Let's go. Let's get back to this tape here.
Leticia.
Yes, William. And the police also want to know how many victims were targeted by this man, this 29-year-old criminal. The information we have is that he is here at the federal police headquarters in Sao Paulo, an investigation together with the civil police of Rio de Janeiro, because that's where these victims were targeted, right? The first identified victims, which we covered in this report, were alerted to the authorities by a rideshare driver about these teenage girls who were going to meet this man. They said they didn't have much information about him, that he was a foreigner who didn't speak Portuguese, and this raised an alert among the police at the apartment. Our first live report was in front of the apartment, a kind of hotel, a lodging platform where he was staying in Sao Paulo. Cora. The police believe that in recent days he had been using this location as an escape route to return to the United States. Everything was very well planned. He already knew when he should post all this so that the police here in Brazil wouldn't find him. According to the investigation, he was even being financed to commit all these crimes here. Now, the objective of the Brazilian police, the federal police, the São Paulo Civil Police.
Did you hear that part? They said he was being financed to commit these crimes. See, finance. The viewers on social media. The viewers on social media are the ones who finance these so-called men that travel all over the place. They finance them. You see them in their videos. Yo, hit the Cash App. Yo, send me some support. Yo, hit the Venmo. And that is what enabled them to go out there to commit these crimes, guys. Let's go.
And also the Rio de Janeiro Civil Police, William, is to count the number of victims and also listen to these families. And also, we will continue to follow up, William.
Thank you very much for the information. Key role, isn't it, when police forces collaborate? That has been very effective, right? Increasingly, Willen and the police are integrated, you see? You start an investigation in one state and finish it in another. This partnership is very important for combating organized crime. As in this case here, he's in jail and can provide information to other criminals who are in Brazil participating in this sex tourism, which is what he even declares himself to be doing on social media, right? Yeah.
He's doing this stuff on social media, guys. That's where all of this stuff come from. Social media. That's where it all stems from. But now let's get to the tapes. Let's go to these tapes, man. Something about the tapes that don't lie, bro. Let's check this tape out.
Welcome to yet another epic episode of Foreign Only with the one, the only, the legendary, and the hilarious and entertaining, controversial, but thought-provoking FLOYD. I know you probably see this avatar like many of his live streams, haha, but it's my voice. However, we have a special piece of content for you today. We are showcasing the awesome, epic moments of FLOYD with his buddy, the legendary, your friend and mine, the Austin Holloman. So it's got a lot of...
So based on FLOYD, Austin Holloman is his buddy. Do you see why, guys, I tell you to roll solo? Do you see why I tell you gotta go at it alone? How your company can be dangerous? That's right. And what's so crazy about that video with FLOYD, he talked about how people think he's dusty and how they're judging him. He said, well, you got to investigate the whole situation. You just can't judge by that little cover.
If it gets lost, you know?
True.
So people say I'm a dusty, I'm a bum. You don't know nothing about me. You're jumping to conclusions without investigating first. Yes, I messed up. I should have got a mentality. I messed up on that. But the reason for that was because I didn't know which ones to go to. I'll come more prepared now.
So far, describe what it's been like in Brazil for you so far. You've been here 2 weeks now.
Well, I have a better experience.
He have a better experience dealing with underage kids, guys. Do you see how this didn't age well? Let's go.
Dealing with women as far as like getting their numbers and them actually going on dates with me and actually giving me a real shot to get to know me personally.
So let me get I'm intense with my content.
Austin said he's intense with his content. Very, very wrong choice of words. Let's go.
I want you to directly compare these things I'm about to bring up to what it was like in the space for you.
Okay.
So I want you to compare the cooperativeness. And you're a man, when you hear cooperative, you don't think slavery.
No.
You think of how easy it is for you.
How easy it is. See, this is the problem, guys. How easy it is. These men wanted easy access to women, but they couldn't deal with women because it cost too much. So they decided to go to the vulnerable. That's what they did, guys. This is how disgusting these animals are. And see, they could come on social media and paint an image and do all of this other stuff. No, we're going to hold everybody accountable. Y'all should have known Ringo TV coming, because I'm not here to play any games. Because when I gave the warning, everybody condemned me. Said that I was hating this one, I was hating that one, all this other negative stuff. Now what you going to tell about what? Listen, I already done prophesied this whole thing. I literally foretold you this day was coming. And now look at here, look at here. Your man, Floyd, arrested in Brazil for doing the unthinkable to underage girls. And the YouTube streets is on fire. Complete fire. And now we got this tape right here that didn't age well, where we have
Police in Sao Paulo.
Austin Holloman on video with a PDF file on video, cutting his hair, hanging out. And yet, where are the men in the community to hold all these men accountable? Because if Austin is hanging out with the pedophile, what does that say? I just want to know. Because you know, in these YouTube streets, a lot of times they spread rumors and gossip trying to condemn brothers. And when they condemn brothers, brothers don't even have criminal backgrounds, no arrest records, nothing. These men have arrest records, criminals, guilty, police raiding their whole place. And yet the community is acting like they don't see it. So I just want to know, what responsibility do all these passport bros have within this situation? Because one of them got caught. So what does that say about all of them? Come on now. What does this say about the passport bros in general? What are they doing overseas? Of course, you got some brothers that travel. They don't engage in this type of goofy stuff. But think about what this does to your mental now. It makes you think like, really? Well, I don't think they're just decent guys. I think these men are doing dirt. In most cases, that's probably what they're doing. Let's get back at the tape.
Cooperate, you know.
Like to be partners and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm on your side.
Vladimir Putin doesn't want Ukraine to cooperate. He wants them to be slaves. That's called control. He wants to control Ukraine.
And that's exactly what Floyd was doing to the underage girls. He was controlling them, violating them, mistreating them. That's what he was doing. And he was doing this for a long time. He just got caught.
But
another thing I never understood when people say, "Oh, y'all just want slaves." Men say we want submissive and cooperative women, and they say, "Oh, y'all just want slaves." When in history was slaves submissive, or were they beat into submission?
But did a slave cooperate, or were they being controlled?
You're being forced.
Yeah.
No, I just want a partnership. You know, you're on my side, I'm on your side. We're on the same team, man. You know, why you want to go against me? What's the point of that? In the States, that's pretty much what I was dealing with, and I really just got so tired. Like, I try to find the right one. I try to find the right girl in the States.
He tried to find the right girl in the States. Couldn't find her, so he decided to go mess with kids out overseas.
And it became increasingly harder because the nicer I was to a girl, the more meaner she was to me, which was kind of weird. Like, she would do a lot of things that would really like make me question if there was something wrong with me. And you know, and I just got tired of it, man.
So you can be nice to women out here. Tilt your head in. So you can be nice to women out here is what you're saying.
Pretty much, and actually being nice to women goes a long way.
Being nice to women, according to him, goes a long way. You hear this mess? But this is the same guy that was messing with kids, man.
Because women actually admire you being nice here in Brazil. They want you to be kind and caring and outgoing and fun. So what I'm gonna say is, if you're a nice guy, you actually win first out here. In the States, you finish last. And I don't even think you can finish last in the States.
You don't finish at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't get nothing. You get a side hug and You drop the flowers off at the doorstep and she in there smashing while you dropping flowers off.
You're right, getting a pat on the back.
This is sick.
Man, this is so true. Whew. Many of you all watching this channel are in the United States. You know it's really that bad here. And it's not that we don't like women. The majority of us, we love women. We enjoy women. But when you're too nice to them, they just make it terrible. And yes, Floyd got some unique, out-of-the-box ways, but let's be real. Many of y'all are watching this Floyd. Many of y'all are watching this video. He had the gumption, the courage, the balls to step out on faith and to see if there was something different.
You see what I'm saying, guys? He went out there to get something different, to get them underage girls. When I tell you, man, bro, this is just sick, bro. This right here is just sick. It just came out of nowhere. I was just walking through the YouTube streets. Matter of fact, shout out to Razor Rays in the building. Shout out to you. I actually seen it on your platform first, where you was covering the news. Anytime you want the latest news, guys, travel news, you go to Razor Rays. Make sure you sub up at his platform. I seen the news over there going. I looked through the YouTube streets. I start seeing everybody going in. And I'm like, oh, boy, bro. Now I got to talk about this mess. Because I talked about it before. And I try to bring awareness to it. Now, of course, not all men that travel is out there doing this PDF stuff, but most are. And what I want is for the community to hold everybody accountable, all these men. Hold them accountable to the fire. Investigate them, because what this does for black men, it just makes all of us look bad. So if I wanted to take a trip to Brazil just to go, I just want to go with my family. If I'm walking through the street and I stop in a store and there's some ladies there and I'm like, hey, how you doing? They're like, oh, he must be one of those guys. Now I'm targeted now. And now the natives are looking at me like I'm some sort of weirdo now, when I'm really out there with my wife. You see how that works? This is the image that's put on us now. And the news is going to most likely hit the states over here. It's probably already here because, you know, the news hit obviously in Brazil first, but it's going to hit down here. We're going to see the headlines down here soon. It's going to be on the news all over the place. And then what's going to happen is it's going to start to affect YouTube. And here's another thing that's going to happen. YouTube is going to start to crack down on it. Now we're going to see YouTube channels getting demonetized, deplatformed. All sorts of stuff is going to come with this. It's not a game. Because now they're going to start to say, well, these travel YouTube platforms are involving XXX traveling. That's what they're going to say. Even if you're not, even if you're a legitimate channel that's just trying to do your content, they're going to throw you in that pool. That's what they're going to do. Isn't it just sick, man? Let's get back to the content. Let's go. Make sure you hit that like button.
And you have to applaud the man for that. Let's continue.
A long time ago.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you a deep question. What made you want to drink?
What made me want to drink? You know, trying to get women and trying to be more easygoing because women like to drink.
Okay.
And that's why I wanted to drink.
Okay, do you need that same mentality out here?
No.
Why not?
Because a lot of Brazilian women will accept you for you as long as you're true to yourself and as long as you're like really nice. And that's really what it boils down to.
But he was literally taking advantage of these young girls. He's saying that they would accept you if you're truly nice, but that wasn't the case. This man was doing diabolical things in that room. You saw all the cell phones. You saw all the SD cards. This man was recording himself doing things with underage girls. So it's all on tape. He's done. His life is gone. You ain't gonna see him no more. It is over. That was the last time you saw Floyd, guys. When you get arrested overseas for something like this, bro, it is over for you, bro. You're done. And when you get into the penitentiary, bro, you're finished. They're gonna destroy you. This man life is over.
A lot of Brazilian women don't like jerks like they do in the States. In the States, they like bad boys. But here in Brazil, they love nice guys. So I was kind of surprised.
So do the Brazilian men, do you ever get any pushback from them? Do they ever mug you or try to test you because you're out here dealing with their women?
No, they actually support you. They want you to deal with their women, which is actually a good thing.
They want you to deal with their women. No, they don't want you to be a pedophile. What are you talking about? They want you to deal with their women. The Brazilian men are infuriated now because of this story. This story is pissing them off. You probably got some Brazilian men that are watching my video right now. They're happy I'm covering the story. And they're pissed off to know that this American was over there doing this evil. And you trying to say that Brazilian men were encouraging this behavior? No, they weren't. They weren't doing that.
Yeah, even in the States. We're all from the United States.
They confiscated his passport. He's not going nowhere. He's not going nowhere. And prisons up there, oh man. He's not gonna survive, bro. He probably gonna get unalive in prison. Because once you get in there and they find out what you did, you're done. It's over.
We get a lot of pushback from dealing with the women we grew up around.
You're right about
You
that.
got dudes that are trying to test you. I mean, you know, a lot of the fear mongering that goes on that people try to put on us, we're dealing with in the States. Well, those people that are still in the States are dealing with it.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why are you still in the United States? I mean, well, you just stack up your money, get your passport, and come to Brazil.
He's telling you guys, stack your money, get your passport, and come to Brazil. To do what? To be like you? This is why I told you guys, stop listening to these men. Stop listening to a man that keep telling you, get your passport and go to Brazil. Look at him now. He's locked up and he's not coming home. There is no way he's getting out of this.
And experience it for yourself. And, you know, you gotta come down here, man. You can't criticize somebody without seeing it first. Just because you watch a few videos, some documentary that the States put out, don't mean anything. You gotta experience it for yourself.
That was a good way of putting this. Some documentary that the States put out.
The States, yup.
I've been telling.
Oh boy. So now we're about to get into the trip to Recife. Now, I'll admit this was pretty hilarious, and I'm pretty sure.
You know what's crazy about this? He's literally speaking in third person, which is kind of weird. Like, I thought somebody else was doing like some sort of reaction video or something like that. He's literally reacting to his own video. And he's talking to himself. Like, it's weird. But let's go.
Boy laughs at it too. But at least we learned what not to do when traveling overseas. You definitely don't want to be a red flag. And not gonna lie, this was pretty funny. Let's take a look.
Floyd time and time again about these damn pockets. Now, Floyd, you know, as you know, showed up with not a damn thing, not even a place to lay his head. And right here, we're looking at this is a phone, and then we got another phone. First of all, let's talk about these bulging pockets. You look like Big Shirley right here.
He actually looks more kind of like one of the.
I'm trying to figure out why these dudes are looking at each other's pockets. It's rather suspect, to say the least, that you got cameras pointing down at dudes' nuts, and that's supposed to be content for the brothers. Like, us brothers don't want to see the camera shot of you pointing down at another dude's nuts. So you guys got to get yourselves together when it comes to how you film, because that's not cool. We're not supposed to be seeing your lower extremities. We're not supposed to be seeing that. Let's go.
Simpsons characters or the Sims with all that in his pockets, but let's carry on.
And then we got the passport, right? And then the thing is, the nigga got the passport where you can see it like he trying to stunt. And then he got a hard drive up in here Got some American dollars, so that's a red flag. Then he got the belt buckle tightened off center.
So this man walks around with a hard drive, guys. This is crazy. Got a hard drive now in his pocket. All the proof is right here. See, when law enforcement come to social media and they actually comb through the platforms, they're going to find all these videos. That's why I went and I downloaded everything because, you know, sometimes what people do is they he ain't going to be able to find no access to his platform unless he's able to probably text one of the passport bros like, yo, delete my YouTube channel. Bro, delete the videos, bro. It got everybody in them. They're gonna find it. You know, he might get a phone call or something and give the password. You never know. That's why I downloaded everything already. So,
And then got the shirt off. And here's the thing, we in Pernambuco. It's not a lot of black folks out here. So you already stand out, and then they see the bulge pockets.
Like, nigga, let me run everything off them pockets.
This right here is the main one right here. That you can't do no talking once they see that. Thank God you sober.
Right.
That's the main one too.
Hey guys, here's the thing. I messed up. These are things not to do in Brazil. This is just constructive criticism. Believe me, it's constructive criticism. I still gotta learn the culture here. And I know that Brazil is a dangerous place, but it's a beautiful place. And
he said Brazil is a dangerous place and he got to learn the culture here. Well, it's too late. You should have learned a long time ago, but you went out there to mess with underage girls, bro. Underage girls. It says 7 of them, guys. 7 underage girls. This dude was literally lining them up, luring them into a room. Literally. Luring these young ladies into the room. Teenagers. Underage. And he lured them in. The man had teddy bears, guys. Little teddy bears. This man would do weirdo stuff with teddy bears. We're going to get back to that tape later on where you're going to see this man is a weirdo, bro. A bunch of hard drives and cell phones recording all sorts of stuff. Like, this man didn't even know he was being investigated. And it's because 2 girls were going to his room and they were telling the driver in the car. He was like, where you going? Because, you know, a lot of these guys that are probably Lyft drivers, you know, whatever the case, I'm using terms from the States, but, you know, it's probably the same thing going on in Brazil. The guy was concerned because they were underage. It's like, where you going? He said, oh, we're going to meet up with a guy that, you know, he don't speak Portuguese. Once he heard that, he knew. It was some sort of trafficking, some sort of thing that's going on. Something's going on. And he notified law enforcement. And they came in, raided the place.
look, I like to see the best in everybody, but unfortunately, I take the constructive criticism to heart, and I ain't gonna do it no more. No more. I'm gonna keep it to a minimum.
Well, Floyd has evolved and changed a lot. Fortunately, we don't see this so much in his travels. I mean, we're all growing, we're all learning, and we all make mistakes. But you can't help but show love to the homie Floyd, aka Foreign Lonely. This, among many other things, is what makes him indeed legendary.
And anybody that's with Fred, oh shit, I almost knocked up my drink. Anybody that's with Fred and I, we gonna look out. But this guy right here, we've been telling him for damn near 3 weeks now to leave that passport at home.
It's just a habit. It's a
Now,
habit.
God forbid, but let's say per se, somebody take your passport, you lose it. You gonna have to contact my apartment to see about getting an apartment yourself. You can't do no more audits no more. You can't do them on the military police down here because they ain't gonna do that audit shit. It's that bad.
So that confirms what the Brazilian police talked about on one of his other YouTube channels, where he go around doing these police audit type videos and all this other junk. Because I don't know nothing about this dude. I'm just reporting the news to kind of get everybody to know what's going on. But we can see that Austin Holloman was pretty much the dude's partner. They literally hanged out. So now I'm trying to figure this out. If Floyd is supposed to be a PDF file, what's up with Holloman? What's up with him? Like, you guys have to really, you got to think about these things. Like, what's really going on? Because I don't trust none of these passport bros, bro. When I'm talking about the ones that are goofy, the dudes that are out here doing dirt, and a lot of you content creators, you don't hold them accountable. A lot of you viewers that view these platforms, you don't hold none of them accountable. Nah, y'all got to hold them. Y'all got to hold their feet to the fire, because 7 underage girls were violated. Floyd is responsible for raping them. It is all clear as day. So there's no excuses with this case here. Right now we have in court. This is court right now. Court TV. And I'm giving my opinions, my thoughts on the situation, because I was one of the first that called out the passport bros years ago when they were really popping, when it was really like you were cool if you were a passport bro. Everybody was proud to say, hey, I got my passport. Yeah, I got my passport. Yeah, I'm a traveler. When that was going down, it was another cat that was involved in some sort of drama. And I exposed him. And I warned everybody. I said, yo, these passport bros are going overseas to sleep around with underage girls. They're not looking for wives. They're looking for underage girls. Do you understand? They looking for virgins. They looking for young girls they could take advantage of and just do whatever they want without no restrictions and on the cheap. Because they know that if they're dealing with a grown woman, they got to spend money. A lot of Brazilian women that are grown, you think they don't know when an American is around? Oh yeah, you're going to spend some money. So they say, you know what? Let me get an underage girl. Let me get an underage one. And he probably started off small. Nobody didn't know, but the addiction grew. The addiction grew. And it got worse and worse and worse, to the point where he's involved in criminal activity and he don't even care. And now he's literally plastered all over Brazil, like literally all over Brazilian news. You see this dude plastered everywhere. He's the top story. Everybody's talking about him. Man, if I understood Portuguese, bruh, man, there is a bunch of videos being published right now about this guy. And the passport bro community is literally destroyed right now. You know? And again, to the brothers that are just travelers that do the right thing, don't take offense to the truth, you know? Don't take offense to the truth that I'm speaking. We got to stand up as men and do the right thing when it comes to issues like this. Because you might be a real traveler and you're not involved in no dirt like this, but this is a stain on black men. This is what's going to affect us moving forward. Wait till the news story hit the States. You're going to see this news story in the States. It's coming over here. Trust me, because news personnel is watching our videos. They tune in, and when they find a big story, oh, they're going to talk about it. Details at 10. Floyd, an American YouTuber, was caught in Brazil violating underage girls. Details at 10. Bill, what do you have on the case? Well, we see that Floyd is in prison. He's locked up on rape charges, facing up to 34 years in prison. We'll have more news coverage for you tomorrow. Tune in next time. That's what they're going to do. It's going to be in the States, and then it's going to be real bad. Now, my major concern right now is the changes that's going to be coming to YouTube. I am telling you, look, when it happened, listen, when it happened, make sure you come back to my platform, give me my flowers. YouTube is going to update their community guidelines. I've seen this happen. Guys, I've been on YouTube since 2006. I've seen all the changes that YouTube done. Anytime you have stuff like this that's hitting international news and it's affecting people overseas and it's being done on social media, YouTube is going to get involved. And now platforms are going to suffer like never before. So to all the travel channels, clean up. Clean up now. The storm is coming. The storm is coming, and you can thank this guy right here. You can thank him because he went above and beyond. And there's a lot of things I would like to say about this dude, but I got to keep it clean. I got to keep it real clean because this is social media. But there's some things I want to say about him. You understand? There's some real talk that I want to talk about. And it's like I can't speak the way I want to because I'll get punished by the YouTube gods for speaking the truth. But we're going to see. Are you guys going to hold him and all his friends accountable? Because we're going to also review Austin Holloman's video. Now, of course, Austin is not the one that was arrested. And some of you might say, come on, man, I rock with Holloman. Yeah, you might rock with him, but that's Floyd's mans in them. Ain't no telling what them dudes did. What were they doing in this video here? What were they doing? Talk to me. What were they hanging out for? Where were they going? You see, he's getting him right with the Clippers. So where they were heading out to? Birds of a feather flock together, fam. Always remember that. And because Floyd got caught up, now it's a real serious issue. Let me shout out Florida Rollo. Shout out to you for the $20 support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Make sure y'all subscribe to Florida Rollo as well. Let me read the comments. It's Austin going down. Floyd is a weirdo. Look at his eyes, Ringo. I warned them that it's not meant for all to travel. That's right. As I stated, these passport bros are quiet, and now these countries are going to make Floyd an example for others, Ringo. That's what I'm saying. Like, now it's going to make it difficult for all of us brothers. Like I said, if I wanted to go to Brazil just to go, because there's a lot of places I've never been. You know what I mean? Now I got to be concerned as a black man. Because look, some of you guys, let me speak to some of you guys that are real travel guys, because a lot of times brothers, they get offended with me when I speak this raw truth. And you have to understand, if you're a real traveler, a real brother that travel for culture, it don't apply to you. But at the same time, this issue is a stain. It's a stain. And it makes us all look bad. There's a lot of travel channels on YouTube. A lot of them. And all of them will feel the pinch. Because let's say, for example, you're a YouTuber and you featured Floyd on your channel. If you featured this guy on your channel, you know you're going to have problems, right? People are going to start looking at you like a weirdo. What do you think I'm talking about Austin Holloman? Because that's supposed to be his mans in him. And he's a passport bro. And he tried to distance himself from all that passport bro stuff. But at the end of the day, that's your mans now, bro. You were with him. You brought him in. You endorsed him. That's why you had to make a video to talk about it. We're going to do a review of your video in the morning time. Because we got to get down to the nitty gritty. Because Floyd may end up throwing Austin under the bus. And other content creators. We don't know who they are. There could be other content creators that flew down to Brazil because Floyd set something up at the Airbnb. He probably was like, yo, bro, what up, dog? Hey, yo, come on down, dog. Yo, I got these shorties, bro. Real? And you think you going down there because you think it's legit. Not realizing this dude already done got all these underage girls doing illegal stuff, but you don't know. You don't know. That's why I keep telling you, watch your circle. He's already addicted. He's already in too deep. Floyd got demons in him. You don't see that dude's face? The dude is weird. Something wrong with him. And Austin, I believe I heard you saying something along them lines. I don't know if it was you or it was another cat. I probably got to go back and listen to the tapes. But I recall, I think it was Austin that said it. If I'm wrong, then my bad. because I like to be factual with everything that I post. But I believe it was Austin, allegedly, who said something about, oh yeah, Floyd he's weird. Like he's kind of, weird. No. Don't try to say he weird now, because you featured in videos with him. So I don't want to hear nothing about he weird. You were with him. That's your mans in them. Let's get back at the tapes.
So I want to talk about women flaking. I know when I first got on YouTube, I claimed that never happened. Once I started living here, it happened 1 or 2 times so far. But there's still enough wins here to keep you in the game versus in the States, you're getting flaked on so much, it'll take you out of the game.
Pretty much. And the thing is,
Let me ask the chat something, because you probably know more than me about this. When Austin Holloman got into his drama, there was a situation that happened a while back. I remember I covered the story where it involved him recording some women or something like that. Was that in Brazil? Because it was something that happened and I think he fled. I don't know if it was Brazil or Dominican Republic. I'm not sure where it was at, but he had to flee and he went to an African country. So it was in Brazil. You see what I mean? Look at the chat, guys. Look at everybody. He left Brazil. I remember when that happened. It was a big drama. Everybody was talking about it on social media. And that's when I came back out of retirement to talk about the situation, because I left the Passport Bros alone. You know what I mean? Once I covered the stories, I said, all right, I'm going to leave them alone, because, a lot of brothers was upset with me because I was exposing what was going on. And then when the situation with Austin came out, that brought me back out of retirement and I had to talk about him. And then I just kind of left the Passport Bros alone again. Now we got this mess. Matter of fact, it wasn't even just this mess. It was another situation that happened with another dude that was fighting somebody or something like that. Because I watch all the news on Razor Rays. Like, I be in the clouds most of the time. Like, every now and then when I don't got nothing to do, I'll watch Razor Rays, see what's going on in the travel space, kind of keep my eye on stuff. And then the algorithm brought me up with this particular story. And I'm like, I'm listening to it. Razor Rays had a full house of viewers and everybody in there talking about it. I'm like, oh, snap. Let me go find some more news. And I look around and I see that Austin made a video. And normally when people make a video, matter of fact, I think it was Razor Rays that said that Austin made a public statement. That prompted me to go to Austin's platform, see what he got to say. But I didn't look at the video. I just downloaded everything, because he might end up putting it on members only or whatever the case is, or just hide his thoughts. Because what I want to do is I want to review everything so we can find out what's going on. Because a lot of these guys, man, they're doing these things, man. Just that they didn't get caught yet. If Floyd got caught, there's other Passport Bros doing it too. And we must put a stop to them too. We can no longer support this, guys. Like, seriously. You cannot support these pedophiles going overseas doing this type of dirt to underage girls, man. Because if you continue supporting that means you're a PDF too. Period. We're going into 2026. It's good that this is being exposed now. It is good that this is being exposed now, and we didn't start off 2026 with this on our plate. So let's leave this in 2025 moving on. But we got to expose these dirt bags and frauds that are on social media that are taking advantage of these underage girls overseas. Let me see. You said this has nothing to do with Passport Bros. This is weird projecting. Well, you must be one of those pedophiles, because I don't see why would you be upset for. See, this is the same issues that I had when I spoke on the Passport Bros before. If you don't have nothing to do with this, then why are you here complaining? You talking about projecting. I'm not doing what you do. I'm not a Passport Bro. I got a wife and I got kids. I have no need to be traveling to find some women so I can go sex. I don't got no need for none of that mess. Because I already know you guys are not going overseas because you're trying to find a wife. You just want to screw because you're whoremonger males. So if this have nothing to do with you, just leave. I don't even know why you're here. You're here because you want to defend the BS rather than holding people accountable. You see? And this is what happens on social media when you got these clowns that come around social media just turning a blind eye to all of this stuff. This dude got arrested for taking advantage of underage girls. So why are you salty about that? You know why? Because you do it too. And you feel guilty about it. And guess what? He might throw you under the bus. Don't let it be known that you know him too. Because you might be on a tape too. And if you are, we're going to come for you too. You're going to be held accountable. Everybody's being held accountable. Nobody's going to escape this judgment. Because I got all the videos downloaded. Every video that's on that brother's channel is downloaded. And I'm going to cover all the tapes. And if I see your face on there, you getting exposed to. Because I don't trust none of you. None of you. Anybody that is defending this damn demon is a part of the damn operation. And the Brazilian police is investigating the situation. And I don't think you understand what projecting mean, dumbass. Projecting means that I'm doing that. No, I'm not a passport, bro. You're just guilty. That's your conscience speaking. And that's the problem in today's day. You have a lot of these men that they're guilty. And when you have a man like me that's actually speaking the truth, they cry. You don't see them doing that to, y'all don't go to Razor Ray's doing that. When y'all on Razor Ray's platform, I don't see y'all doing that. You want to come over here and do that mess? I'm not the one to play with. I will expose you, research you, find everything I need to know about you and put it on blast. Because I already done know how y'all get down, man. Y'all don't got no love for these women. Y'all just want to use them and abuse them and take advantage of them. That's all you want to do. Because a real man will be like, yo, you right, bro. You definitely right. You know, we got to really hold these men accountable. But see, the truth is, a lot of these men that are on social media, they be doing this, man. They go overseas to screw underage girls, bro. They've been doing it for years. It's just now it's coming out. You know? Now it's coming out. Now it's being exposed. And wait till when all the female YouTubers get a hold of this info. You guys are done. You guys are done. Once the prominent female YouTubers get a hold of this story, the brothers are finished. You know, the brothers are completely finished. Here come the he's not American nonsense. You know me personally to know who I am? See, this is what I mean, guys. We have pedophiles that are in the comments right now. There are pedophiles in the comments right now, guys. Believe it or not. Anytime you see people showing up and they're not on the right side of history, and instead they want to attack, throw shade, you know, play these little games, those are pedophiles. Those are all pedophiles. And they're coming into the platform because the things that I'm saying is affecting them. They have a guilty conscience. Believe it or not, a lot of these guys that frequent these YouTube streets, a lot of them been in those Airbnbs sexually abusing these young girls, and it's going to all come out. See, everybody's talking about the Epstein files. What about the passport files? Release the passport files. What are the names of all the prominent YouTubers, the viewers, the supporters that finance this operation? What are their names? Release the so-called passport bro files. Release them so we could find out the names of everybody that's involved in this operation and bring them to justice. Because only pedophiles would defend Floyd. Because if you've been paying attention to the stream, I made it very clear that if you're a travel brother who travel abroad and this has nothing to do with you, then cool. But still, the stain of it affects us as black men. But now the pedophiles that are doing this type of stuff, oh, they're going to be salty when I'm speaking. While I'm speaking, they're going to be salty. You know? Let's get back to the content. Let's go.
The States, the meals are way more expensive. When you take a girl out to like Red Lobster or Outback Steaks, you take her into this, because you're trying to show her your best you, you know? You're spending hundreds of dollars, probably $200. And when you're doing that, and then they flake on you, or they don't want to take you back to their place, or they just use you as a foodie call, that's not cool. Here in Brazil,
A foodie call.
Foodie call.
I ain't never heard that before.
Foodie call.
So in Brazil, when you go on a date, right, you have a 95% chance of getting some that night. And you know, I'd rather go on a date here in Brazil than I would in the States. And I'd rather, and this is my personal opinion, people might hate me for this, I would rather date a single mom of one or two in Brazil.
But you weren't dating single moms. You were with underage girls, bro. You were with underage girls. This man talking about he would date a single mom. But this man had underage girls, bro. This damn demon right here, fam. This monster, this animal, this disgusting piece of crap was taking advantage of underage girls. Think about that. This demon, this animal, used, abused girls. Think about it. And the Passport Bro community is more concerned about my words affecting their community rather than doing what they need to do. You understand? This is their man. Floyd is their partner. Now they all trying to distance themselves from Floyd. It's not gonna work. This animal violated girls, took their innocence, recorded it for social media. And for all you know, guys, Floyd probably got a Patreon where he show exclusive videos. That's right. To the Brazilian police, there's a possibility that Floyd has a Patreon where he has a paywall where people can go in. You need to investigate that paywall and find out who are members of this site. Oh, don't go unfollow his Patreon. No, because if you do, they got records of everything, of how many months you were there, who was viewing the content. See, I'm prophetically speaking to all of you devils, all of you demons that been taking advantage of these young girls. That's right. God saw you, and you're gonna pay. There's no escaping this one. You're done. All of you. So run, and hide if you can. They're coming for you. Floyd is talking. Floyd is gonna tell them everything. That's right. Right now, Floyd is being interrogated, and he's telling them everything and everyone who is involved. So get ready, because you're going to be joining him soon. Let's go.
Keep in mind, single moms are not always the best option. Of course, there are exceptions to the rule. Of course, there are women that are exceptional single moms, and that's worldwide. But ideally, you do not want to date a single mom. If you can help it, keep your standards high, gentlemen. Let's carry on.
Before I date one.
Imagine he's telling you to keep your standards high, but he was messing with little girls. That's why I'm reviewing this tape, guys. I'm reviewing this tape because I want you guys to understand the mind of the PDF file. Because nobody else ain't gonna do these breakdowns like Ringo TV. Nobody. When everybody else make videos, they're gonna just play with the story to get the clicks and the views. And they're gonna get the views. Everybody's gonna get all the views. But when it comes to the breakdown, nobody else does it better than Ringo TV. Let's go.
In the States.
And we're not recommending that you do that, but we're just saying if you had to put two and two together, and those are the only two options you had in the world, you wouldn't even look in the direction of the United States, baby.
Pretty much. And it's because they play too many games, man. And
Their price goes up when they get a child.
Of course.
They want more, but they're offering less.
Do you see it? You hear Austin Holloman talking about the price goes up and all this other goofy stuff? See, this is what I mean, guys. This is what I mean, bro. That's why when you look back at these tapes and you hear how these guys talk, they only see women as sex objects. They don't see women as companions, as the weaker vessel, one to care for. For them, it's all about just having sex. That's it. And this is why these type of tapes is what will be played in court. Austin better hope that the Brazilian police don't find this tape.
Yeah, and I'm always willing to forgive. Like the first one, we all make mistakes. But when you have two by bad boy number two, then you gotta look at yourself and change what you're doing. So guys, I've been in Brazil for almost 72 hours now, and I want to say that I want to stay here. I no longer want to live in the United States. I feel a lot safer. I feel a lot better. I can be myself. You could be yourself while messing with underage girls. Like, I was approaching these women, and I almost tripped over the chair, and they didn't care. I still got their number, and I'm meeting one of them tonight. So you're meeting one of them tonight to smash. You see this, guys? Not to marry. He's meeting one tonight, and I'm talking about that night, so that he can smash. Not so he could take to the, the altar and, say I do and, take care of her and have kids. How come you never see these passport bros having kids? Where's their children? None of them have children, guys. Because all they want to do is screw. What's crazy, if I had done that in the USA, I would have been disqualified immediately. He's too nervous, he's too clumsy. We all make mistakes. And here in Brazil, they understand that. No, it's not that they understand that. You're American. So naturally, when you're American, you're coming down there with some sort of resource. That's what it is, because you could tell that bruh man is a lame and he don't really pick up no women in the States. You could tell. You know that already. So what these passport bros do is, because most of them are lames, they go overseas where the women don't know nothing about them. See, women in the States, they're more knowledgeable, they're smarter, they know all the tricks. That's why it's very difficult for them to get women. So they go overseas where it's easier. That's the game. Let's go. In the United States, they'll use it against you. This is why I love Brazil. They're more reasonable here. Give me a tour of Brazil, man. You changed my life, man. You really did.
Thank you. I'm glad to have done that. Now, a lot of people say in my comments, oh, you don't have to tear down or, bash or criticize women in the United States because you found a better life overseas. Well, the reason I continue to talk shit is because y'all gonna talk shit anyway. Even if—
See, here's the thing. YouTube is going to update their guidelines about these YouTube platforms that involve themselves in, tourism. And you have these, what is they call, expats or whatever they call themselves. These guys just traveling around, just recording their adventures. They're gonna limit these particular platforms that do that stuff, because it seems as if though they're involved in XXX trafficking, and they're involved in things that is illegal. And that's why I had to do this particular video, because this story is going to get bigger. It's small right now, but it's brewing. Once it hit the States, everybody out here going to be talking about it. People on their job going to be talking about it. You know what I mean? And I don't know who was the first to cover it. I don't know. Probably it was Razor Rays. I don't know who was the first to cover the story. Probably it was Austin. Because normally a buddy of somebody is going to know when his mans and them get arrested. Maybe he called Austin. I don't know. But I don't know who. Do anybody know who was the first one to cover the story? Besides the Brazilian news, like any YouTubers. You said BMT Live was the first? Okay, I got to probably check out what they had to say over there. Okay, BMT Live was the first one. All right. I just wanted to make sure because, you know, a lot of times people be acting as if though they did something first. Because, like, normally I just watch Razor Rays to find out the news. But if BMT did it first, then, hey, salute to them. I didn't see their video, so hopefully they had something good to say. And, you know, they were holding them accountable and whatnot. But I feel that there are more suspects that's involved because Floyd was getting these young girls to come to the room. He probably was getting paid under the table by other men. In other words, these young girls probably was there against their will. He would get some money from some old men. All right, let me get this paper. And then he would let those guys come in. That's why this is a serious thing. YouTube is going to crack down on this, guys. So all of those platforms that are into that passport bro stuff, YouTube is coming for you guys. Trust and believe that. They're not playing no games. I've been here since 2006, and I've seen all the changes on YouTube. I promise you. Just remember I said it first. When you guys hear about the news, when you hear about the changes on YouTube in regards to traveling channels and vlogging and this and that, watch and see. You're going to see. When this hit the airwaves in the States, it's going to be big news. Because it's big news in Brazil right now. And make sure y'all hit the like button. Let's get back to the content. Now, this particular video that I'm reviewing is from Broman's channel. You know, I was just combing through the channel and I stumbled across the first video I seen with him and Austin in it. And I wanted to take a look at it, find out what these guys are talking about, you know, because probably some of you never seen this video. So let's go.
I didn't bring y'all up. For example, somebody like Jay, the black Filipino, he gets hate in his comments and he doesn't do what I do. So they gonna talk shit about you like, oh, you only went to the Philippines or you only went to Brazil because you couldn't get women in the States. So therefore, I'm gonna talk shit about you anyway.
So this is what they do, guys. They go to the Philippines, they go to Brazil, they go to Dominican Republic in order to get women because they can't get them in the States. That's what it's all about, guys. That's what these guys do. It's not about traveling. It's not about culture. It's not about none of that stuff. That's why I never bought that when these guys would say, oh, we get our passports because we deal. No, these are just losers, man. Losers who can't get women in the States. These are sexual deviants who they don't know how to control themselves. They're not building families. They just want to have sex. That's it. And all they're doing is just taking advantage of women. And now look what's happening. They're getting caught.
Because I know you're going to talk shit about it.
You gotta get out of this whole situation that American women are better than other countries. No, come down to Brazil, try it out for yourself, give yourself like a week or two, you know?
Well, you tried it out, Floyd, and now you're locked up. You telling everybody to come on down to Brazil because Brazilian women are so much better than women in the States, but now you locked up. Because you decided to go mess with underage girls. Do you see how these tapes are not aging well, guys? These tapes are not aging well. He's telling all you guys to come down to Brazil because the women are so much better than the women in the States. But the whole time, he's messing with underage girls. Make it make sense, guys. Let's get back to the tapes.
If you like it here, you'll see the difference. You're definitely gonna like it, and you're definitely not gonna want to come back.
And there you have it, folks. There is Austin Holloman. We want to thank Austin Holloman again for allowing us to use this footage. But it's our boy Floyd. This is how we came to know Floyd. This is why the channel exists. This is why y'all troll. And this is also why many fans watch as well. We'd like to thank you for watching yet another great episode of Foreign Only, another compilation with your only friend, Austin Holloman. Haha. Be sure to like, comment.
So that's pretty much that, guys. For those of you that didn't see the news brief, I'm going to go back and play that particular tape so that you can find out what's going on with the raid that took place where they was able to take Floyd into custody. Let's check that out.
Police in Sao Paulo arrested an American man who was sexually exploiting children in Rio de Janeiro. His detention was at a downtown hotel. He described himself on social media profiles as a sex tourist. The text then includes a series of excerpts from a video.
As soon as they entered the room, the American, identified as Floyd Wallace Jr., 29, was arrested in the Liberdade neighborhood in downtown Sao Paulo. The complete eating game. He threw himself to the ground and was handcuffed. The operation was carried out by teams from the Homicide and Personal Protection Department in support of civil police officers from the state of Rio de Janeiro days. According to information from the Child and Adolescent Police Station, the American is accused of rape and sexually exploiting several children.
Wow.
In conducting their inspection of the hotel room where he was lodged, the police found a significant quantity of electronic equipment, including files containing child pornography.
Wow.
They also seized a variety of items such as pen drives, memory cards.
Look at it. Look at the table, guys. Look at all the phones, memory cards. What this guy got all sorts of cameras, watches, hard drives everywhere. This is a weirdo.
A notebook, a computer, multiple cell phones, some stuffed animals,
Stuffed animals, guys, to play with the kids. You see this mess? This demon, this monster, this particular animal that you see here is doing these creepy things, guy. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy what we're seeing here. And this is why you got to know who your friends are, because you never know. What is a grown man doing with teddy bears? What is a grown man doing with teddy bears, guys? See, there's either two reasons why he had those teddy bears. There's two reasons only. One reason, he's using it to lure the kids in. The other reason, to put a hidden camera. In other words, you have a teddy bear, it has a hidden camera, and it's sitting on the side. Remember, there was another YouTuber, I forgot who the dude name is. Those of you that are in the travel spaces, you know who I'm talking about. He went to some place and he beat up the girl. Y'all remember when he slapped the crap out of the girl, out of the woman? I covered that story too. Another passport bro got exposed. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He slapped the crap out of that woman because the woman, it was an African woman he was trying to sleep with. I'm not sure if she's Nigerian or I don't know exactly her nationality, like where he was at, but that's his name, J. Rello. That was another big story that took place where he was beating up the woman in the room because he couldn't get laid. That's what these guys are doing, man. It was in Kenya. Imagine that. These passport bros going to Kenya beating women up in Kenya. That's crazy because he couldn't get laid. And now we got this demon messing with kids and playing with baby dolls and teddy bears. What kind of sick person is this, bro?
With an embedded camera and various other telephone devices. At the start of December, law enforcement commenced an intelligence operation following a report from a ride-sharing driver. The driver stated that a user who had used a false name requested a ride with two minors whiners.
So he used a false name, guys. He didn't even use his legal name. He had a false name. This sicko, this weird, this demon, this monster used a false name to try to lure in two girls. This is, look, to the ladies, listen. To the ladies that are viewing, I am telling you, a lot of these dudes in these YouTube streets, that are in this passport bro things, I warn you. I told you this day was coming. Let's get to the content.
During the ride, the man spoke with the children who said they were going to meet an older man who
Wow.
didn't speak Portuguese. The
So
girl-
they told that to the driver because the driver's a mature man and he know about these things. And when he saw what time it was, he was like, hey, whoa, why these young girls is traveling at this time? Where y'all going? Oh, we're going to see a man that don't speak Portuguese. Uh-oh, sound like an American.
girls couldn't explain how they knew him. That's when the civil police were contacted. On December 18th, the police identified a user who had requested another ride with 4 underage girls.
Wow.
During monitoring, agents identified that the American...
So the ones that was supposed to go to him, guys, it appears as if though they didn't get to the destination. And what Floyd did is he requested 2 more girls to come. So this man had a rotation of underage girls coming to him. Are y'all seeing this? The 2 that was already coming to him never made it to him. So he requested another set of girls. And they started to monitor this. That's what made them go and do the raid. This is sick. Let's get back to it.
Ken had traveled to Sao Paulo the previous Saturday and was planning to flee the country. This is where the teams established a perimeter to prevent his escape. A temporary arrest warrant was served for the crimes of rape of a vulnerable person and facilitating the sexual exploitation of children.
So hold up, wait a minute. You said Jay Rello and Floyd are friends too as well? Bro. Do you see what I mean, guys? So Jay Rello beating women. Floyd is raping girls. You don't see a pattern?
His passport was also seized. The investigation also revealed that the criminal had self-identified as a sex tourist on social media profiles.
Wow.
According to the civil police, Floyd is a U.S. citizen and has a channel on a video platform where he posts videos of himself.
See, here's the thing. They didn't post his other channels. They post that channel, which means they don't got all the information yet. Oh, they're going to find it out now. And then they're going to find out who he connected with. This is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, using Uber to transport them. Diabolical. You got that right. That's dumb as hell. Something wrong with him, bro. Like he's just creating a paper trail for himself. That's why he was using fake names. But still, you're making payments. You know what I mean? So now we into fraud, identity theft. They said that man is going to get up to 34 years. I don't know how old dude is. Anybody know how old Floyd is? Because he's done. If he's in his 40s, it's over. If he's in his 20s, he's coming out 50-something years old. 30? Oh, man. You said he's 29? Well, he's going to have a very tough time in the penitentiary in Brazil. He ain't going to make it, guys. No amount of prayers is going to save him from this one.
Resisting police approaches and being arrested in various states of his native country, Portugal. The foreigner has a criminal record in more than 3 U.S. states for crimes such as resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, and assaulting a police officer.
And he assaulted a police officer, too. You don't want to play with that. So assault on police officer, violating women, young girls, right? pornography on your phones, on the documents, falsifying information. They're gonna probably put more charges on him. Now, the scary part in all of this is who's on the hard drives. You know, like how when you hear these brothers, they be talking about they be gang banging women, running trains. What if, hypothetically speaking, Floyd was hanging out with some of his passport buddies and they hooked up with some underage girls and brought them to the crib and did their thing. And the passport bros didn't know that Floyd had the camera rolling. Camera was hidden, recording everything. And the sicko kept the footage on that very same hard drive that's in those rooms. You would think this man would be smart. This man had everything out in the open. He made it so easy for law enforcement. This is crazy, but this is what happens when a man is addicted to his perversions, you know? And he was doing this with girls, underage girls. Underage guys, not grown women, girls. What we want to know is, besides Floyd, who else within the passport bro community been involved with this mess, this sick stuff? Come on now. Release those names. Talking about the Epstein files. I'm tired of hearing about the Epstein case. I want to know about the passport bro files. I want to know what prominent YouTubers that are in the passport bro community are involved in this diabolical scheme of sex, crime, and hurting underage girls. I want to know who they are. We need to bring them to justice. We need to hold everybody accountable. You said they all booking flights back to the US? Yeah, definitely. They probably got a chat group. They probably got some sort of Patreon page where they link up and talk about, yeah, man, we're going to be over here. We're going to do this. Hey, let's all link up. Yeah, the passport bro files. It's more interesting in today's day to find those files because this is right at home. So we get to see who's who. We get to talk about it. You know? Because this guy is not coming back home. He's done. And I warned everybody. And now they're mad at me.
You to identify and locate other possible individuals involved in the scheme, as well as to determine if there are new victims.
New victims.
Shamin is in front of the federal police, which is investigating, right? And where his arrest was made. Now searching for other members here in Brazil. Because
they're searching for other members here in Brazil, they said. So, this is getting serious, guys.
this gang is international, right, Leticia?
Yes, William. And the police also want to know how many victims were targeted by this man, this 29-year-old criminal.
Oh, 29.
The information we have is that he had at the federal police headquarters in São Paulo an investigation together with the civil police of Rio de Janeiro, because that's where these victims were targeted, right? The first identified victims, which we covered in this report, were alerted to the authorities.
Let's get that
Victims
again.
were targeted, right? The first
Look at this animal.
identified victim.
That's the guy, the YouTuber right there, fam. That's him. That's Floyd, guys. That animal, that beast, is the one that was taking advantage of underage girls, this criminal. He's the one that we're talking about here. Absolutely sick. He's finished, and he knows he's going down. This grown man taking advantage of underage girls, bro. You know how bad that is, bro?
Victims, which we covered in this report, were alerted.
Look, even Diddy didn't get this type of mess, bro. Think about that. They threw Diddy under the bus. But think about what this dude did, bro. This is diabolical.
to the authorities by a rideshare driver about these teenage girls who were going to meet this man. They said they didn't have much information about him, that he was a foreigner who didn't speak Portuguese, and this raised an alert among the police. At the apartment, our first live report was in front of the apartment, a kind of hotel, a lodging platform where he was staying in São Paulo. Ahabe. Quora. The police believe that in recent days he had been using this location as an escape route to return to the United States. Everything.
I'm sure that whole apartment smells, bro. Because they went and he looked like he came to the door probably expecting like some cookout food or probably something he was ordering and then saw them. That's probably what they did. They probably made it seem like it was some order, takeout, something.
It's very well planned. He already knew when he should post all this so that the police here in Brazil wouldn't find him. According to the investigation, he was even being financed to commit all these crimes here.
You heard that? He was being financed. So watch this, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready for the truth. Put a 1. I'm going to say something now, and a lot of you guys on YouTube are going to get scared. Are you ready for the truth? They got his Cash App. If any of you donated money to Floyd, you going down. If any of you was hitting his Cash App, based on the authorities, they're looking at it as you are financing his operation. You guys are done. I don't know who you guys are, but I'm giving you warnings. If you hit his Cash App multiple times, especially when he asks for money so that he can travel and do this and that, law enforcement is going to hold you accountable as people that were financing the operation. This is not a joke, fam. This is not a joke. You guys literally was, financing his crimes. So, I don't know how y'all gonna deal with this one, man. Why do you think some of these passport bros keep coming to my platform getting upset with me? And I don't even know these cats. I know they're not subscribers, so they're just popping up over here to just be messy. If you donated to the cat, you're gonna pay the piper. That's why moving into 2026, we got to watch out with who we support financially. You know what I mean? We got to really look at that, because I've seen a lot of crowdfunding on these travel platforms where even the dude Jay Rello, I remember the Jay Rello dude before he got exposed, he did a video. Matter of fact, after he got exposed for beating up the Kenyan woman, he did a live stream and had a crowdfunding telling people, yo, man, you guys got to help me to get out of such and such and such. And everybody was giving him all their money. And I'm like, why are you guys giving him money and he just beat some woman up? Crazy stuff, man. You said, what can they do? They can locate you. They can locate you because you were financing his operation. This is a serious thing, guys. Look, everybody's talking about Trump and the Epstein files. Right before you, in real time, we have the passport files. It's in your face. So anybody that is connected to Floyd in terms of financing him via PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, and your name pops up over and over and over, giving him money, you were enabling him to do this. Because how else is he surviving? He was surviving off the support. So anybody that's involved, you're done, you're cooked. You might get that call. So be prepared for it. Be prepared for the call, guys. you know? And that goes for everybody. Everybody that, listen, anybody from that community that hit Floyd's Cash App, you're involved, no matter how you see it. You heard what the person said. Let me go back to the tape. Rewind it back a little bit.
Wouldn't find him. According to the investigation, he was even being financed to commit all these crimes here. Now, the objective of the Brazilian police, the federal police, the São Paulo Civil Police, and also the Rio de Janeiro Civil Police, William, is to count the number of victims and also listen to these families. And also, we will continue to follow up, William.
So they're going to follow up on all the victims that were involved. They're going to look through his phones. Now, you have to think about this, guys. Number one, they have all of his phones. They have his phones. They have everything associated with him. So if you guys, now watch this. If any of you passport bros gave bro man your personal phone number, you're done. You're cooked. Because now they got your number. They got your text messages. If you sent any photos, if he sent any photos to you of underage girls, you guys are cooked. Get ready to go in that cell. Matter of fact, start practicing being locked up, because some of you going. Guilty by association, man. Because you know some of these passport bros give other passport bros their phone number and they text each other. Hey, yo, bro, check out this shorty that I got, bro. She sent me some naked pics. Look at it. It's in the text message. Sent to your phone. And you responded by saying, wow, shorty is fly. And it's an underage girl. You're done. Now you're involved in it. It's not a game, man. I'm trying to tell you guys what it is. So right now, a lot of men on social media are literally running for cover, nervous, scared. They don't know what to do. That's why I never joined none of that mess, bro. From the beginning, when I heard all of that passport bro stuff, I was like, man, I don't care about that stuff. That stuff is, I don't need that mess. You know, they were the ones that was complaining about women in the States. There's a lot of good women in America. They're just not finding them. You know? But that's about it with the story. I'm gonna get up on out of here. We're gonna review Austin videos. I'm gonna literally review everybody's videos and cover this particular story to find out more, look at some more videotapes, find out what's going on. How you guys like the image quality? You know what I'm saying? I'm using my full setup. This is like a portable setup, 100% portable. And want to know how everything sounds, like the audio, if it's good, you know, visuals. But nonetheless, my final thoughts on the situation is Floyd is going to talk. He's going to talk. He's going to throw some of these guys under the bus. I don't know who he's going to throw under the bus, but normally he's going to talk. He's going to take people with him. And maybe Austin didn't have nothing to do with any of this stuff. I'm not saying that he's involved in terms of messing with underage girls. What I'm talking about is that supposed to be his mans in them. And normally when these dudes are connected, you never know what they're doing. So it's all alleged, because I don't trust none of them, right? We still got to examine them and hold everybody to the fire. Because Floyd said that's his boy, that's his partner. And we see Austin hanging with him on multiple occasions. And that's probably the reason why Austin came out with a video. I didn't look at the video. I'm going to look at the video after I get off this live. I'm going to listen to what he had to say to find out what's his thoughts and see if he contradicts himself or whatever the case is. Because a lot of times they're guilty too. And they're going to try to do what they got to do to make people like them or accept them and not leave. Because normally when we hear stories like this, people start moving and distancing themselves and unsubscribing like, yo, bro, I don't want nothing to do with you. Because that's your mans in them. So don't come copping no pleas with us. You know? Because the way it looks, he may be involved too. You said Austin was kicked out before? I know there was a time when he distanced himself from Passport Bro and wanted to be on his solo thing, but he's still connected with it no matter what he do. My thing is there are other men on YouTube who are with FLOYD, and all of them need to be held accountable now, not later. Everybody must be held accountable. Nobody's getting a pass. I don't care who you are, I'm coming for you. So don't waste your time trying to private your videos and do all this other stuff. Just wait for the judgment to come. You know? So we're gonna get up on out of here and go take care of some business and whatnot. Did I? Hold on. I don't know if I shouted out everybody's super chat. Let me see. Let me make sure. Oh, shout out to, hold on, wait a minute. Let me shout out these other super chats. So for the night, we got Razor Rays, we got Floridine Rollo, we got Crypto for the $2 support. Said, who else is in the Floydstein files? Well, I don't know. We're going to find that out. And also shout out to Brandon Tate for the $5 support. Says, showing love, fam. I remember you covering this a couple of years ago. I think this brings a spotlight to all visitors and can, let me see what else you said. It's kind of hiding behind this. Yeah, it can hurt trust with nations. Yep. Definitely can. Definitely can. So shout out to them for the support. So we're going to get up on out of here, man. I'll be back with more content in the morning, kind of getting back into my groove of doing my content. And again, shout out to Razor Rays. Make sure y'all sub up at Razor Rays. You know what I mean? He's always covering these particular news stories. That's normally the place where I find out the stories that's going on. And also to the travel guys, don't get offended with me. Don't do all of that goofy stuff. Right now, this is a serious business. If anybody is more concerned with the movement of Passport Bro, and you're not concerned about the fact that this man literally was violating kids, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. And it tells me that you're with him because it's almost like you're trying to defend him. Nobody should be defending this guy or even trying to defend the movement that you guys got going. If you guys are traveling, y'all want to go out there and deal with women and whatever the case is, then do whatever y'all got to do. But when you start messing with these kids, you start messing with these underage girls, that's when it gets serious and we coming for you, right? Because it's a serious business here. So don't get into the damn feelings talking about, yo, you hating on the brothers and all this goofy stuff, because we're going to hold you to the fire too. Because everybody's being exposed. Let's just be thankful that this situation happened, right before the new year and not on the new year. So if there's anything that we need to learn from this as men, is we need to hold this movement accountable. So you guys that are true passport bros or bros with passports or whatever you want to call yourself, you got to call this mess out and hold everybody to the fire. And don't let nobody go to sleep good tonight. Let the warning be put out there. Because this is a real case of a real pedo, a real one. This man here is a real PDF. Real. This is not hearsay. This is not rumor. This is not conjecture. This is not none of that mess. This is real. So he's removed from the community, excommunicated, banished. And now we got to learn from the situation and find who else is doing this stuff and hold them to the fire 100%. No favoritism, nothing. No mercy. Hold them to the fire. All the PDFs in the community must be removed. So if there are any passport bros that are involved with Floyd and you know that they're doing this dirt, call them out to the floor. Call them out. Let's nip this in the bud right now. Now, let's get it now. Because I'm going to be on the case. I'm going to be looking around. I'm going to be looking around for content now. Y'all done started me up. You know? So, that being said, we're going to be reacting to Austin Holloman's video in the morning. See what's going on with that. I'm going to look around to see if the news hit the United States yet. Once it hits the United States, YouTube is going to get involved. Just remember I said it, guys. Please remember. Remember I said it first. That YouTube is going to do something about platforms that talk about they're traveling, this and that. They're going to do something about that. You know? Because there are certain platforms that can't get monetized because of the content they do. So be mindful of that, man. You said he made the news. Wait, in the States? Not in Brazil. We know he made the news in Brazil. We just showed you a clip. But did it reach the United States yet? That's what I want to know. Because it normally happens overnight. It happens real fast. Because remember, they got to communicate with the United States as well and let them know that we have an American over here and he's involved in some dirty stuff. And once that happens, it reaches the news right away. You know? So that being said, guys, I'm going to get up on out of here. Do what I got to do. And that's about it. So peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. We have Caramel Kimmy Kim in the building. I believe we had Brainwaves, Advice Topic LLC. Let me see who else we got. We have Forever Studios. And yeah, so hey, shout out to everybody, man. It is what it is. Appreciate y'all all stopping by. Be safe out there. We're gonna keep the content going. Let's see what else I could do with this setup. Try to fine tune a few more things. Probably put an intro and outro. I don't got no intro and outro stuff set up right now, but I'm really liking this whole setup right here. So I got like 3 different places to record, you know. I mean, anywhere. This is a portable setup right here. So I can pretty much go anywhere with it. And you'll get the same quality of my studio anywhere. That's what's so great about this. So guys, y'all have a blessed one. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you all in the next video. There's no outro, no nothing, so I'm just gonna sign out and do what I need to do. So peace and blessings to the mods in the chat, and that's about